Hi everyone, Al the Psych here. Got a video for you today. I'm going to discuss trauma in different scenarios, basically rape versus trauma of combat. Okay, and again, this is for informational purposes only. I've taken most of the information from a book called Tribe. This is by Sebastian Junger from 2016. I've included some other sources as well. And of course, I always include my own additions. So if you want the pure, uncontaminated version of the book, you're going to just have to, get it in and read that. Okay, but I'm going to give just some little snippets and gems, I think, that are important. Okay, so let's just start with some information here. So 20% of people who experience a traumatic event will develop PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. That's based on the Recovery Village, their information. Now, trauma can be very individualistic. So what you find to be traumatic, may not impact me at all. But what I might find traumatic may not impact you. Kind of interesting how that works. And from the National Institutes of Health, sexual assault is the most frequent cause of PTSD in women, with one study reporting that 94% of women experienced PTSD symptoms during the first 2 weeks after an assault. Okay, and yet, according to the book Tribe, almost half of rape survivors experienced a significant decline in their trauma systems within weeks or months of their assault. And so this is actually far faster recovery rate than soldiers that have been in recent military conflicts and wars that America's been involved in. Now, why is this? Okay, well, according to the author, one of the reasons is because the trauma of combat is interwoven with other positive experiences that become difficult to separate from the harm. And if you talk to veterans, you often hear stories of horror, but you also hear stories of camaraderie and some of the most intense interpersonal bonding that you can imagine. And I can remember some of the stories that my father told me to verify this point. Now, my father was in the Italian army in World War II, so technically he wouldn't be included in the numbers reported in this book, but I'm going to assume it still applies. I think this makes sense given that in combat your lives are on the line no matter which military you're associated with. Now, having said that, statistically, a person's chance of getting chronic PTSD is to a large degree based upon their experiences before going into combat. So statistics indicate that the 20% of people who fail to overcome trauma tend to be those who are already experiencing psychological concerns, either because they inherited them or because they suffered abuse as children. So now, why is this? Okay, so voluntary service. Voluntary service has resulted in a military population that has disproportionate numbers of young people with a history of sexual abuse. So interesting information. I never knew that, but that's what's reported by the author. One more thing. Now, so what about the rape victims? Okay, so obviously rape victims don't have this sense of camaraderie and bonding that the soldiers and military personnel develop. So rape victims don't typically have anything worth holding onto from the experience. for want of a better word. And it's because of this that the rape victims can let go more readily. There's not that entanglement there. There's really nothing good that has to be filtered out from the traumatic incident. And there you have it. That's just one little tidbit from the book Tribe. And there's a lot more information in there if you want to pick up the book and read it. But for now, we are done. Thank you.